good size.
That's a long set. Shit.
The wall spike down there.
Shut up, bitch. Good shit out of me. Shit! Gotta get out of here. Dang. Damn. What? What? Shit. What the hell just happened? Present, we are level 2. Oh shit! Motherfucker!
Please! Show yourself! That's an order!
Shit! Was not expecting that shit.
Stand back! Put your hands up where I can see them!
Can't kick him. What is this? Oh. You know what that means? The ruby goes there. The guy is ruby. Sir, is this supposed to be like a code? Oh shit. Be cracking these codes. Oh, shit! Get out, get out. Shit! Oh, what's this one? Oh! Mr. Big Shot. Holy shit. Oh my goodness. Did you see that?
not my son.
Scared the shit out of me.
Priest was right.
Good morning. It's 3:32 a.m. here in California. I believe we were, I don't know, were we in gold? I believe we were in gold last we were here. It's a new season. So with the new season, your MMR still stays the same. But if you were in diamond, or let's say you were in gold, and you drop down to your MMR of a silver, but you still had the gold, border, because you don't lose it even if you drop down, at least that season. But on a new season, if you're in silver MMR and you play a game, you're gonna hit silver. You're gonna get that silver promotion. So technically, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is your MMR on where you're placed. So we're doing a Protoss. My goal is to do like a Protoss Bronze to Masters, then Terran Bronze to Masters, and Zerg Bronze to Masters, and then from there try to get to GM, Masters of GM on all three. And then I don't know, some people want me to do random, so I don't know if I might have to do a random Bronze to GM. Random's a little different. You have the players react to you differently than when they know your race, especially if you don't say your race. That is definitely something I had to learn how to adjust to as a Protoss player. Playing random, it's hard to cannon rush. It's harder to cannon rush versus random, because at the end of the day, even a Zerg player that doesn't scout too often will go, okay, well, if you're random, I might as well go send a drone out early and proxy you or something, or just make sure I scout what you are. So it's a little more difficult. So you have to come up with different new methods to throw them off, and that's what I've been doing, is hiding in the forge, or doing the 2 probe stack in different variations. So yeah, random is different, even though you play with the same races. And your weakest link for me is Zerg will hold you down, even if you feel like your Terran and your Protoss are getting better, or by or either race. All right, let's get it on. Let's see where we're at. I'm gonna start this up. So we're in gold. Okay. Protoss player. Sometimes you can act like you're cannon rushing. So I'm hotkeying my Nexus, making sure that's done. Gonna get my gateway once the pylon goes up. See how I'm acting like I'm cannon rushing? Making some workers be making them worried about that area. Get my gas. Mineral trick right here. We're gonna make a gateway. Make some workers.
수정탑이 공격받고 있습니다.
Let's throw them off a little bit.
수정탑이 공격받고 있습니다. 내 목숨을 아유해. 우리는 하나다. 명령 정연시. 영사 내 목숨을 아유해. 엔타로 대사다. 도살 내가. 오린 시사 우리는 아유해. 내 목숨을 아유해. 내 목숨을 아유해. 영익은 나를 이끈다. 울라 사다리. 우리는 영광의 전투가 펼쳐진다.
Try micro.
영광의 전투가 펼쳐진다. 정의는 실현되어 내 목숨을 아유해. 내 목숨을 아유해.
Through all the micro kicks in.
목숨을 아유해.
He's trying.
타로 태세다. 나단 하툼. 우리는 나의 겁이다. 도살다. 오린 시살. 내 목숨을
Hey, what up, tax cut? How's it going?
목숨을 아유해.
Welcome.
영익은 나를 이끈다. 내 목숨을 아유해. 아르타리스를 위하여.
Oof.
우리는
It's a big army.
도살 대 템플라리.
Okay. So, Protoss is a very creative, strategic race. If you play it that way. So in this case, sometimes you can, fake your cannon, fake a cannon rush, because some people worry about the cannon rush. And so sending a probe out really early, a lot of people don't like to do that to be optimal in the macro. But I would say if you're a lower level player, definitely utilize these tactics, getting your worker out there early, cannon rushing, or worker, confusing your opponent, faking your cannon rushing, or even just a little harass type of intro with the proxy structures. It really helps, because if your mechanics aren't very, very good and efficient in all the things that a higher level player does, at least your early game, your aggression game, your keep them down game is good, so getting a little braver in that early game is important if your mechanics aren't up there. What up, Ajurian? How you doing? So right here, right, if you're gonna fake a cannon rush, just make sure that you look suspicious. As you can see, I'm like going in there. Just be around this area, because this is where cannon rushes usually go. If you make a pylon right here, sometimes they won't even take the bait. That don't make no sense. I mean, to some people maybe, but they won't get too paranoid. Now if you put it right here, oh, there's a back spot, there's these little areas. Oh, I think he's gonna do that. They think the worst. And you give them the worst, and now they're not mining very efficient, and you are making workers and mining healthily. And so right here, he's going back, right? We see him moving back. Okay, he wants to go mine. And so I want to get closer so that the player feels like, oh, okay, I think I can kill that probe. If it's too far, it's like, oh, I'll wait until it comes back. I'm not going to go way down there and chase it. I'll wait until it gets closer to the pylon, though. So that's why I kind of bait him, since the player's already aggravated. And then right here, I don't want to waste the pylon overall, so I cancel this one to make him feel like, oh, I can't do it there, and so now I gotta fake another spot, and so mineral trick, right, in this little area. When you get caught, you gotta, saving the probe is very important as a Protoss player. Your skills of saving a probe is gonna really help you through a lot of games. And a lot of MMR can be saved, with probe skills. So in this area, this player is trying to catch up to this probe. Sometimes you might not be able to click on the ground and get over there because they're gonna block you. So just to not risk it, you can mineral trick, of course, and click on the minerals. I always say mineral trick allows you to like slip right through them without them, pocketing you, and then lose, then you lose your probe. Now you have to go into play a different game. You have to go make a, gateway gases and everything, but then you're a little bit late. So right here, see how it's getting closer? I mineral trick, and then I book it. Oh, right here, you could decide to mineral trick here or mineral trick here. If you go here, then obviously the probe's going to go out this exit too. But if you go here, of course, it's going to want to go the exit going this way versus that way. So either one will work. There's another method, and it's called return to cargo. So my probe doesn't actually have a mineral in the mouth, but if it did have a mineral, let's say this one right here. So this one that has a mineral, you actually have a return to cargo key. And so what that does is if you hit that button if you select the probe and you hit that button, I believe it's C for many people. I think it's C, but I'm not sure. I can't remember. But you pretty much, once you click that button, that probe is designed to just go, or programmed to go straight to the mineral, to the nexus, to send the mineral. And what it'll do is it will pretty much just do the same thing. It will do the mineral trick. Instead of clicking the mineral, it goes to the nexus, and again, it has a priority to go right through anything. So remember that. It is C. Okay, so if you have a mineral and a stack of probes saying, hey, you can't get out, and you have no minerals to be able to like get out of there with, you hit the C button and it's gonna go right through them, right to your nexus, which is a really good trick. So those are the different things that you could do. You could, like in this case, I'm using this. You see how I'm clicking over here? I'm trying to get right through them. You never know if you're gonna get one that's gonna try to block you and capture you. So now right here, now that we're here, we have a pylon, and I still don't really know what I really want to do. I do reaction. I'm a reactionary player. But right here, I have an opportunity now that the pylon's up, which I could have canceled, should have canceled, put it over here. Now I should put a gateway, and block this area, because the gateway here, it still looks like, hey, you can't make a nexus. I don't want you to make a nexus. And I want to see how long these probes were going to conga line. I got some very angry pros. See, mineral trick if we have to, if we feel worried about it. Or right here, return to cargo. It'll go right through perfectly. This is a good time to hit the return to cargo when you have a mineral. You get me? Remember that, because a lot of people don't know. Practically, like a lot. Everybody. They're not used to it. The return to cargo tricks. If you're an aggressive player like myself, you figure those things out as what benefits you. So right here, we're like, okay, well, there's a lot of probe mining loss from all the chasing. There's only one gateway, right? And so with one gateway, my gateway is almost done. I'm gonna do the gateway strategy. So I usually have a gateway strategy where numbers count. Numbers matter. We got 3 versus 1. 1 Z-lot every cycle, 3 Z-lots every cycle. As long as you keep those powered, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to know what happens. So the probes are still following this probe. It's a threat, and I need to keep it alive to make pylons. There goes one gateway. One gateway is going up. And so right here, I decide not to mess with them. I'll be running around in circles instead. Come over here and mess with their mineral line. Distract them. In the meantime, I got another Zealot and another one coming up. And this one's going to get powered, so that one eventually will get up. I'm using my chrono boost. See, this one pops out. Now, we got 3 versus 1. And except right now, Jam is in so much pressure that the minerals are racking up. See, 950 for a red player. If you throw them off, sometimes they will forget to just react. That their reaction is minimal, let's just say. If they react, it's gonna be more aggressively fight or flight, and most of the time they fight. But you kind of have to do fight and flight in StarCraft. When you're playing in this situation, you have to actually fight and you have to flight. You have to attack and react, but you also have to use your money and build your follow-up. Or don't forget your cybernetics core. Don't forget your gas, which this player forgot the gas ever since the cannon rush started messing with them. just everything. Forgot cybernetics core, you know, all because of the fight. But we didn't react. We didn't go, okay, let's get our cyber, let's get, you know, our checklist. Gas, cyber. And then once we see this, like, oh, I need, you know, you normally don't do the math right away when you see 3 gateways pop up. You just kind of go, oh, I got to stop it. And then you don't realize eventually that, wait, I only have 1 gateway. Maybe I needed more. Yeah, just the numbers game. But remember, we slowed them down with the fake cannon rush distraction, right? So that also added to, you know, the success of some of these, you know, type of attacks. So it's like, oh shoot, I should have done this a long time ago. But yeah, try to do both, fight and flight. What? Oh, we just beat a gold, but we're in silver. Oh, that means we're doing good. They're giving us stronger opponents, and our ranking will move up faster, or at least that's usually the case. Okay, so we're in silver. We just did bronze not too long ago. Now that I know we're in silver, we were kind of doing the 2 base to silvers, and then to golds 3 bases, right? No, to silvers 1 base plays, versus golds and platinums 2 base plays. But some of them are pretty good. Some of them are macro-y. So I have to be careful on which ones are actually now who they say they are. Yeah, we're moving on up. But yeah, welcome. How you doing, Tax Cut? What you up to? Thanks for coming by. Azurian, welcome. I don't know what time it is for you guys right now. For me, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I've been doing a lot of overnights for my work, and so my schedule's been a little off recently. But I am trying to do part-time next year, so that I have more time for YouTube, more time for Twitch. Videos, editing videos, all that good stuff. So that should happen sometime in the beginning of the year. I'm going to DreamHack this coming December. On December 12th, we will be on our way to the DreamHack. So that should be fun too. You get to see some pros. I'll do some dank interviews over there with my phone. I have a little mic. Here you go. Which race do you think is the strongest? You know. That's funny. And you guys can post like some questions I could ask them. I'll put like a question thing on the community section, a question ballot, whatever. I'll throw some questions out there. What up, Bruce? Hey, Flo, enjoying the education, waiting for liftoff in Boca Raton. Waiting for liftoff? Oh, you're over in Boca Raton? How you doing? Good morning. Good morning over here from Cali. Yeah. But yeah, we'll be going to Georgia. I gotta get some warm stuff. I gotta prepare. I gotta start getting situated. It's already the 18th. Time flies. Okay. Oh, I don't know what this player is. Sometimes they're gold. So we'll play it as, we'll see. Let's go scout. In Singapore, watching live of StarCraft 2 second fight. Oh, okay, you're watching some tournaments? Very nice. Well, welcome. I've been having some funky work schedules, so sorry for the what is it? Lack of attendance. My store had inventory and had me help them out with the inventory. Oh shit, Protoss. What the? Oh, let's see. Is this a forge? No, that's a gateway. So we're gonna make a cannon right here.
수정탑이 공격받고 있습니다.
Okay. Let's trap this probe. And let's make a cannon. Right now, we're in... Oh, he's got a base. Let's block him from mining correctly. Mineral. Ah, mineral. Yep, we pocketed, so it was good. We have another probe. Just distractions. Hey, what up, Shadow? Yeah, I live on YouTube and Twitch. I'm trying to do both. Eventually, I'll do both at the same time. But for the meantime, I'm kind of like, just exploring. Hope it don't Load until re-entry. Oh yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hopefully it all goes good, which it should. I mean, look at the two rockets that came down from space or something that landed. Was it the Elon Musk ones? It's landed, I think it was it for the satellites? I can't remember. Those did well, so. If you're watching on TV. You thought I live on Twitch? I do. This is my second home. Actually, this is my main home, technically. This is my YouTube channel. Like, if you're in this channel, you know, it's all everything of me. Versus Twitch, there's like, I'm just in a room in a hotel. Or, you know, you can quickly go to the next person that's streaming StarCraft. Double TV. But yeah, welcome. We're gonna be doing on Twitch too. Okay, so like right here, I was gonna cannon rush, right? I don't know what race it is. It's a random race. So with the random race, I learned how to cannon rush back in the days in StarCraft 1, and then I applied them to StarCraft 2. But then I never really like focused on cannon rush more than I ever did until I decided to play cannon rush versus randoms. I was like, well, if I don't know what random if the player's random, I don't know what race it is. I don't know technically which build I should, you know, try to learn to do. That's a universal build for all three. And so I learned to cannon rush as a universal build for all three races as a random player. It's like, oh, you're random? Okay, I'll start off with my cannon rush universal intro. And if it changes, it changes depending on what I see and when I see it. But yeah, so I learned how to really focus my cannon rushing for the random purpose. So in this case, I was gonna make that. The probe came out. Okay, it's a probe. It's a Protoss. I'm thinking now Protoss cannon rushing, instead of thinking it might be a Terran player and they're making a barracks right here. Supply depot's already done. Nothing's there. You know what I mean? It's like, so pylon's over there. I'm seeing if he's reacting. And I make a pylon. Now this pylon right here is a distractive pylon when it comes to cannon rushing. It's not necessarily a build order. It's like a crafty, a crafty style, reactionary style. You have to have some tricks. You have to be able to, do two different, positionings, confuse your opponent. So in this case, I'm going to send my probe over here to make a pylon to cannon rush this, right? And the pylon's also for opportunity, right? You're planting opportunity. The opportunity that there might be something else you could do here because this pylon's up. But for now, it's a distractionary pylon. So look at the probe, reactionary, okay? Very aggressive. A lot of probes missed it, of course. Let me go over here because my probe's gonna start planning stuff here. And I'm like, okay, what should I do? At this moment I see the gateway, it's already up, but he's forgetting to make zealots again because of the chaos. He's fighting, but he's not fighting as well. So I'm trying to deny the gas a little bit. I know this pylon's gonna get tackled, but I'm also distracting for this potential cannon rush. But then right here, I'm like, okay, I'll make a cannon rush with the gateway block and then make a pylon right here and block this in. From here, I don't need the pylon anymore. And now we're reacting to this situation. We're forgetting about this cannon rush. This is always a possibility, but now we don't need it as a primary cannon rush to hop up here and go in here. Now that we have one cannon position, some chaos, I can create more chaos. See that he's taking out pylons. Remember to know how many pylons and if your pylon's safe. You don't want your pylons, you know, dying and then getting destroyed, and all of a sudden you're just left with some, you know, unpowered cannons. It's not good. So always make sure you got like 3 cannons you're building, but only one pylon goes out, and then now they're all duds. So we're making another pylon right here in the back. And we have this probe that just happens to be there because we were gonna go for plan B, but now we see opportunity, right? We see obviously the Nexus that's where the players spending their money is Expo, and let's mess with their mineral line. So you know they can't mine very comfortably having a gateway there, even if it's depowered, right? And then right here too, it's going to be a lot of like mineral walking around and a lot of frustration. So this is kind of like attacking. You're attacking their economy in a sense. You're hurting them, even though they don't do anything in a sense, right? They don't attack. They just sit there and take up space. Well, that space is being, you know, damaging. Now, of course, it doesn't really add up until the Nexus is up, because obviously that's when it really matters right now. Right now, they're not doing anything anyways. But you are distracting them. So now I'm nibbling on probes just to get his mind off of just the buildings. Like, here, attack me. But then I'm like, okay, well, he's not attacking. The next thing, the Nexus is coming up, right? What's the next thing that they could benefit is the gas. So if I build the gas right now, the Nexus is going to go up, and now they need the gas. That means the value of blocking the gas right now is good. If I just put gases earlier just to block it and then they killed it before the Nexus comes up, there was really no benefit at all. But the benefit, if they go up right when the Nexus goes up, that means he's getting denied. You either attacks them with the probes and you lose mineral mining. Like, you know, you would think it would be like trolling and everything because it's, you know, what are you doing? You're making pylons and gateways, but it all makes sense if you're trying to hold them down. If they're trying to expand, but you there's ways to slow them down, because as long as they're not mining and they're not getting gas, things like this that you could take opportunities of, it's gonna allow you to get your gases early. Like switch over, get 2 gases, get an expo, because he's hurt right here on his economy. So I can take an expo and I can go gases, and then when we're both somewhat situated, I'm gonna have way more gas and an expo, and for the meantime we have a gateway, and the gateway will harass the income for a little bit more while I get my expo, you know. So special tactics. But for early game players with low mechanics and stuff, these are things that are very strategic and helpful in your confusing your opponent, delaying your opponent, throwing them off. GG. Maybe this might work as Terran. What do you mean? Like, well, probes are different. They build stuff with one probe. You build a whole city with one probe. You need a lot of SCVs to build it, but you could do some weird stuff. I remember once I did like a 3 supply depot wall at the top versus Zerg, and then went for a 2 racks proxy. Like I proxied 2 racks, and then I sent 3 probes, 3 SCV stacks. I went up the ramp where there's nothing, no creep, and I supply blocked it. And then while he wasn't looking, and then went with Marines, and then the SCVs couldn't, the leans couldn't get in from the other side, at least for a little bit. You know what I mean? So there is stuff like that, which, we'll see if we could try to do that when we're Terran. But yeah, special tactics. Oh yeah, Shadow, we are one of the most creative players in StarCraft in regards to strategies and, foolery, deception. Let's see. All right, let's keep going. Oh, let me reach out real quick, see if I missed anything. It's 11 p.m. right now, Azurian. Time is the same everywhere. Hey Flo, enjoying the education. Oh yeah. See it. Oh, it's designed to explode when on re-entry, Bruce. Double TV, mom's basement. Yeah, he said no. Yeah, no GG, but he said good luck, have fun. That's why I just give him a heart. I don't say good luck, have fun. I just give him a little heart. Because a lot of people are liars in StarCraft. They say good luck, have fun, but they don't GG. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's a sense of lying, but at the same time, dishonest. Poor sportsmanship. A lot of poor sportsmanships out there. Using the same tactics, I'm just imagining I should bring lots of SCVs to build depots and engineering bays. I mean, you could. Engineering bays are really good. Block their natural. If they're gonna make a hatchery early on, you go in with 3 SCVs and then just go straight to their natural and then block those with engineering base so that they don't get out, so they can't do anything, at least for a little bit. But then you would want to do something in return. You don't want to there's always got to be something. You have to hurt them. If that hurts them a little bit, but then you have to have like the follow-up. What is the follow-up? But yeah, you could build stuff. Try, be creative. I try to utilize those tactics too sometimes. Or you have like one building engineering bay, and you have 2 other SCVs bullying the natural so that they don't take a hatchery. just There's lots of ideas. Get creative. I'm gonna mineral clone him, see if I can hide up there. The hell is that? What's he doing over there?
탐사는 공격받고 있습니다. 탐사는 공격받고 있습니다.
Ah, shit. My probe died. Did it die?
공격받고 있습니다.
Oh, okay, we gotta react.
수정탑이 공격받고 있습니다. 수정탑이 공격받고 있습니다. 수정탑이 공격받고 있습니다.
Ugh. Let's go back. See what happened. What up, Cloudicon? How you doing? Welcome back. Good morning. Yeah, it's 4:20 in the morning. Yeah, it's 4:20 in the morning. So it's oh, I gotta go use the restroom. I'll be right back. Let's see.
It's a pretty good size.
That's how long it says. Shit.
The wall spike down there.
Shut up, bitch. Good shit out of me. gotta get out of here. Okay, I'm back. Dang. Man. Hope you guys didn't get scared. Good morning. What up, boy? Oystein? 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 Is that how you say it? Oystein? Good morning from Norway. Well, good morning. I don't know if it's Norway, if it's morning, but good morning. Claude Quan, good morning to you too. It's 1 p.m. here in France. Bonjour, comment allez-vous? C'est un bon jour aujourd'hui. Oui. Let's see. Alright, so let's go through this. But yeah, welcome guys. It's good to see you guys. I know I've been a little bit away, but my store's been having me work overnights for the last 3 months, and man, it takes a toll. So I've been trying to figure out my sleep patterns, which I still haven't got comfortable, but it should be 1 more month. But I should be back regularly now that I'm getting a little bit more situated with my videos, so stay tuned. But yeah, I wanted to come over and say hello and hang out. It was my day. Today's my day off, so I'm able to definitely come over here and spend some time with you guys. But yeah, it's good to see you guys. What? How's it going, Becky boy? Pas mal? What? Pas mal. Qu'est-ce que pourquoi? What? The bench? Oh, do we have it, huh? I'm gonna add those, Shadow. I'm gonna add those. Hopefully, maybe tonight I can do some editing videos and add some of those spooks. The bench one? Oh, that was twice. I got scared twice with that thing. What would you do? The bench comes up and the monster's right there in your by your ear. Oh yeah, we're gonna add those. So thank you for putting those jump scares in there, because I'm gonna go into the clips and start adding them. So much more faster that way. It's been a while. Pasmal is not bad in French. Oh, pasmal. I'm thinking very terrible is bad, huh? C'est terrible. Très terrible. Or zero, maybe zero. Zero. I know, Shadow. But yeah, we got. I'll do the collection. I'll add some more. There's another one in my YouTube that I gotta collect those and put them all into funniest moments, I guess. What? Zero. Don't say the S. Zero. Merci. Oh, très beaucoup, très mal, très terrible. Oh man, we gotta work on our French. Oui, un jour je vais voyager en France. Thanks. So, un jour. Alright, so what happened? So we have a Protoss. We're playing versus a Protoss. So in this situation with this map, it's really hard to make a pylon and a forge right here. They can spot it sometimes a lot easier. So, and then right here too, you can't really. So the best place to hide it for me, and it's, you know, it's a little farther away, but it's worth it if you're trying to just distract them from what you're doing. Just make the pylon right here, or right here, anywhere right here. You know, hide the forge back here. It's the best place. So I'm moving out with 2 probes. And while the 2 probes are coming over, right? Like while this probe comes over, what you're doing is you're observing this area. And the reason why you're observing this area is for the probe. When's the probe coming? You know, now that probe is coming over here, you know that he's over there. And so what you want to do, what I do, so there's like a 3 probe rule when you're cannon rushing. It's the 3rd probe that you send out is crucial. Now the rest of them, you know, if you have to, but the 3rd probe is crucial. Usually you send 2 and you wish you always had 1 more, and sometimes you send 1 more, and sometimes that helps out because you have 1 more, but sometimes you don't use it very often, but it's there. So I've learned to combine my 1 more, my 3rd, by attacking the probe. So my 3rd probe is always this probe that sends it out to kill this probe. So this probe eventually, if everything goes well, goes back home. Eventually, through all this running around, it's going to go back home. And during that time, I'm doing what I'm doing over here. So that eventually, by the time if I need the 3rd probe, it should be either coming over here soon or already over here. And I grab them and put them to the side. You get me? So the other thing is I sneak the probe right here very subtly, and I'm still doing this here and there to see like what's the best way. Très beaucoup, not French, what? Très bien, très bien, très terrible. It better be French. My French teacher told me it was French. I learned it from my French teacher. If I would have known, I'd be like 0-0. Bonjour de France. Flow. Parfait. Un petit. Bronze to masters avec le café de après manger. Qui est-ce que tu vas manger? Or qui est-ce que tu vas manger? Is it? Are you at all worried about Blizzard's decline at the future of StarCraft 2 or StarCraft? Me, no. Like, for one, I don't think StarCraft 2 is going away anytime soon, right? So with StarCraft 2, even StarCraft 1, but like, I can go, which I plan to do a little bit of StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2 to, you know, because there's people that, you know, love StarCraft 1. I was raised on StarCraft 1. So I have those 2 good worlds that are already great and known to be great, and there's nothing that has been built that's better than those. And so it's the best RTS games. And with that, I feel like it holds a really good niche to entertain those who enjoy StarCraft 1, StarCraft 2, or even if StarCraft 3 or 4, you know, or even if there isn't anything and it kind of dies down a little bit in regards to like producing anything more. The game is great. I consider it kind of like a game of chess. The chessboard doesn't need to be redesigned. It's great the way it is for generations on end because of the things that it allows your mind to play with, you know, the puzzles that it creates. You know, the mind just enjoys that stuff like it's like a sponge wanting some water, you know, just gonna just take it in. It's designed well. So I feel like overall with StarCraft, it's gonna be a big part of my channel always. But I do feel like, you know, as a streamer in StarCraft, it's tough, in general. You have so many viewers that go on Twitch and such, and then you got a lot of different personalities that are streaming, and so you gotta, how are you gonna grow, or if you're gonna grow, it's a lot tougher than if you have like an expectation. For me, I feel like StarCraft's just something I love to do, and I love to share what I love to do to others, and this allowed me to do it. And I love to do art. I do art. I play the piano. So I've always wanted to, and I love video games, right? In general, I'm a gamer, at heart since I was a kid. So overall, I like to share all those qualities, that I have to my channel, and I've been doing a lot of other games to do more of a diverse style of games, horror games, action games, or all these other ones. So I'm just kind of just exploring. So I feel like that's kind of like a side thing that I'm doing that will overall diversify me to just always enjoy what I do, and have you guys along with the journey, and hopefully entertain you guys, make you laugh, and give you some good vibes, and I really enjoy it. So that my game plan is long term, quality over quantity, and have fun, enjoy what you do, and just leave the rest, control the controllables. So that I could do, which I love to do. So I do plan to do way more videos, edited videos, for YouTube and stuff. I do want to grow on YouTube. I want to grow this channel and get you guys more stuff to enjoy. So yeah. So I think overall, when you're a streamer, so you definitely want to think about these things. What would you do if StarCraft, slows down, and or what would you do if this? What other things you like to do? Start growing those as well. Because diversification is always important. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. I just feel like the basket that is StarCraft is really good for many years. All right. Let's see. There's have dads that watch me, and then their kids watch me, and then their kids are gonna enjoy StarCraft just like we enjoyed StarCraft. So the generations are always gonna be there. That game being such a great game to play, and have a brain tease. So yeah, I feel good. I hope that StarCraft 2 ends up having the longevity that StarCraft 1 has experienced. Eventually, the servers will be shut down, I think. Oh, you're talking about the servers in general? Yeah, that would be a shame. That would be sad if that ever happened. But the good thing that I have, I don't think that's gonna happen for a long time because it's a niche, is the fact that what do you call it? Was it Microsoft that bought Blizzard? That bought StarCraft, the rights to StarCraft. So they're huge. This is like, a drop in the bucket. So I don't see them having to worry about that at all. I know, dude. Alright, so let's see. So we're distracting them here. Tres beaucoup can't be pronounced in French. It's like to say very a lot. Well, tres beaucoup. Tres bien beaucoup. Oh my goodness. You guys never say that? We say that a lot. We got a lot. We got a lot. You know? We say that all the time. um, but I hear you. Okay, so I gotta take the tres beaucoup out of there. People are gonna make me, they're gonna look at me over there in France. Like, what the hell is this food saying tres beaucoup? I was thinking like very tres bien, very beaucoup good. I was thinking very good, not good, but very good. Two positives, because it doesn't work that way. Oh. All right, so right here, I'm just making something. I'm trying to like come in. Make a pylon. He comes and attacks me, kills me. I didn't expect him to kill that quick. Oh yeah, that's because this. Okay, he split his army. I was trying to cannon rush because I saw this one right here, but I didn't wait enough. So he saw this quick enough, and then I just couldn't close it. So this is where both probes died, right? This is where you wish you had a third. So guess what? Once I killed the probe, make sure you killed the probe. If you can react to it, you see how the probe has a green line, and the green line is for here somewhere. So that what I did is I told my probe, hey, after you kill it, because I'm not gonna probably be there to see it. Or if you do kill it, then go over here. I want you to go back over here. So what you do is you go for the attack, right? And then you shift right click to here. And so that's my third probe. So it could either go over there, he could either send his worker off and I go with him, or the moment that he kills it, even if it's my base, it goes over to the other side. And so as it does that, now I grab it, because I need it. I'm like, oh shoot, where's the probe? Oh, it's right here. It's on the way over here. And then we contain, because I knew that the pylon should be able to be up in time. But it wouldn't be up in time, right, if my probe didn't start off heading over to the other side already. If I had to pull one from the main line and then move it, that'd be late. So those little tricks when it comes to that third probe, and why I send one probe with the hold shift right click to this side in case anything. That is my third probe. Yeah, I know what you mean, Claude Quant. True, I gotta get good on my French, so any correction will do. Okay, the third probe. It's the importance of a third probe. It could save the situation, and you can possibly win the game with the third probe. StarCraft generational trauma with Florencio. I know that should be a show. And my dad said he played you back in the days. He would cheese the shit out of him. Now you're cheesing the shit out of me. It's like, oh man, it's just how it goes. Let's see. see. No espere la proteseri al plus. Wait, oh shit, that's not Spanish, that's French. Un espere la proteger la plus sal posible. Ein. I don't know ein. I'll wait for the professor, for the real good possibility. That one's a hard one, Romain. That one I'm having trouble translating. Let's see. I mean, oui, je ne comprends pas. No, yeah, I said that right. Je ne comprends pas. Comprends. Je ne comprends pas. Oh man, I said it so many times it almost didn't make no sense in my head. Yeah, I have my CD French learning discs. Gotta start listening to those during sleep. So we got a gold Terran. Space Marine. Oh, so we got a Terran player. To the worker rush. Shiba. Oof. And then we could recall, which is really great. Oh, if you have the minerals. I'm like a couple of minerals shy because I used it. Right? It's the beauty of Protoss. You can go right back to mining if things go, you know, a little off. So, right here, what I like to do if I want to do a worker stack rush, I'll get a pylon at the normal time, and then when my pylon is almost done, I'll make a gas. That's kind of like my timer You know, it's like, when do I go? When, you know, is it too late at this point, or is it too early at this point? Well, in regards to like scouting, for them scouting you, you do want to get there early enough where if they scout you and you're leaving, you know, they're going to react quicker because they're going to be like, oh, I'm going to block the front, the choke. So you kind of don't want to go too late and you don't want to go too early because then you don't have that much for the follow-up. So I felt my sweet spot has been so far make a normal pylon timing and then get the gas start moving over around the time the pylon's almost done. So I make a gas, I grab them. I kind of grabbed all but 2. I left 2 here plus the ones that are coming out afterwards. And notice I haven't used my chrono boost, so I'll send them to the mineral, to the nexus, and then from there I'll mineral trick. Now one actually has a mineral, shame on them. And so I'm leaving 2 behind and the one that popped out. So now another one popped out. Now I'm using my chrono boost and I'm saturating this in case this rush doesn't do too well, right? But I'm setting them early enough to, you know, this case, this SCV. Now I didn't expect the SCV to scout too early, but you know, he's scouting. But by the time he scouts, it doesn't really look like you can tell too much of, you know, something's that where's the gateway, you know. Yeah, you see mining time, and hopefully I have enough to kind of scatter them. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm scattering until, so if he scouts me, it's gonna not look too empty, you know. You don't want it. That's why I left 2 behind in the one that came out, so that this doesn't look so empty. If it looks a little full, it's really, you can't catch it right away. You're more like, where's the gateway, you know. There shouldn't be mining if it's going to be all the workers, right? So now in this case, now I have my workers here, and what I do is I send 1 probe to attack the SCV, right? This SCV is getting attacked, so that means there's attention that needs to be given to this SCV. And then guess what? I'm seeing buildings at the low ground, command center, you know, barracks. Okay, his buildings are down here and he's being greedy, getting that fast command center. So I need another distraction where they can't see. I pop out another probe to attack the SCV, and this SCV is gonna be like, wow, we're getting attacked, you're under attack, so your opponent is getting hit here, right, and getting hit here, and we're going in here, right to, we kind of split it. We don't want all of them. We don't want to get in the middle and then get sandwiched. So you want to like bully one part of the mineral line. You get me? That way we hit them by numbers, kill those off really quick, and then we're even, or we're close to even, and we'll see what happens from there, right? So why do we want to like have a little bit more time here by distracting them? Because numbers matter in the worker rush, you know, because they've been mining a little bit more efficiently for a while here, and you have to like walk all the way over there. So if we look at the camera, the Protoss camera, I mean the Terran camera, you're gonna see the attention. Let's see where the attention is gonna be. The SCV is going up the ramp. This is a hot timing to go back and see what's going on to their side. So you're gonna probably see them go and look over to, there he goes, because the moment the SCV hits that choke, that's an attention, go back and look. And so now we got a probe attacking. Oh great, now I got a probe. Let me move him out. Didn't really see too much of a notice. Okay, now here he was, oh, see that instead of focusing on his natural afterwards. Now, you normally don't expect an army to be over there attacking your workers, right? You expect like maybe an SCV is under attack. I'll get it in a second. He's so busy taking blocking my base because he's going to take an expo. He doesn't see the bigger picture, but then that's not a strategy that's out there too often. You know, so and he's like, I blocked you from taking an expo. I'm taking a third. So whatever SCV or probe you have over there, I'll kill it in a second. And comes back over here, right? Oh, yep. That's what I thought. It's the SCV. It's a probe. Let me go over here. Holy shit! Where'd you guys come from? There's a battle in my base. You know, and then from there you do the mineral trick. He tries to do the mineral trick. You do the mineral trick. And yeah, and then during that time you do a little bit of runarounds and you look for them and you try to do some harass, and then from there you should have enough energy to recall, and enough of course, you know, eventually recall back home, and then you'll have a good saturation. Send your gases, put your probes in your gases, get a gateway, get a nexus. Yeah, but yeah, that's a good worker strat. Very easy, but you know, there's some deception in it that you want to do. There's a little distraction you want to do while doing it. You don't want to just go over there and just do that. You know, it's always about messing with the opponent's you know, thoughts at the time, taking their thoughts and occupying them. Let's see. Okay. Hey, are we almost? We're almost in gold. I think. Yeah. Mm-mm. So we have a Terran. Let's fake a cannon rush. Let's get a gateway first. No, I'm not gonna. Sacre bleu.
탐사정이 공격받고 있습니다.
Okay. He's doing something on one base. We're gonna get a robo and see what it is with the observer. Stalker right away.
여기 어둠 속에 있다. 원하는 말을 말하라.
Alright. Chrono boost.
나는 내 능력을 공허는 나는 어둠. 우리는 어둠과 하나다. 아무도 모르게. 좋다. 무조건 현명한 선택이군.
The Zealot's paying itself off.
이루어지리라. 베라쿠. 심판의 시간이다. 현명한 선. 원하는 말을 나는 원칙에 좋다. 나는 어둠의 심장이다.
Did distraction. Okay, we're gonna get a disruptor. Because he's going bio. Forge for some cannons.
여기 어둠 속에 있다. 나는 죽지 않는다.
Okay, get our gas. Start making workers. Oh, let's get a. What is it? That's the vest, yeah.
명예롭게 고대의 영광 다시 태어난다. 원하는 말. 연구 완료. 나 여기 어둠 속에 있다. 따라 데카사. 연구 완료. 영원히 숨기리라. 나에게 맡겨라. 듣고 있으니 말하라. 나 여기 어둠 속에 있다. 나에게 듣고 있으니 말. 새롭게 시작해. 명령을. 나 여기 어둠 속에 있다. 고대의 영광 다시 태어난다. 듣고 있으니 말. 나에게 맡겨라. 따라와. 원하는 말. 여기 어둠 속에 있다. 적에게 우리 분노를 보여주자. 광맥이 고갈되었습니다.
이제
광맥이 고갈되었습니다.
what up, Forgotten?
고갈되었습니다.
What up, Tyrell? Welcome. Good morning, guys. I know it's like finding Bigfoot. Like, there he is. Get him! Get the mermaid! Ah! Yeah. Welcome. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit of the Bronze to Masters for you guys. After a few games, some fun games, I'm gonna get something to eat, and then play some Twitch. I think I want to do the Talos Principle. We've been doing Talos Principle recently, part 2. Oh, I'll put those on YouTube. What up, Immersed in History? How you doing? Welcome. I don't know, but I feel like I hear that in French. Sacre bleu. I feel like that's a French dialogue, or like I've heard that before. Mate, you inspired me to ladder again after years of not playing ladder. Really? Oh, that's good. I'm glad to inspire you with some crazy stuff. That's what I'm doing right now. The Bronze to Masters. I'm trying to provide, players some things to think about, strategies, some of those little things that, get overlooked or get glossed over. Yeah, I try to share you guys some strategies and thoughts of how to play the game in a more aggressive, creative way. So yeah, I'm glad you guys are liking it. I'm glad you guys are jumping into some StarCraft, getting into some of these fun builds. They're very fun. I like them. I create them because it's engaging, and so I know if I like them, you guys will like them. Let's see. But yeah, I'm glad you guys are jumping in. It's like, I know some of them are like tempting enough to get you guys in. It's like, oh, I gotta go try that real quick. That seems fun. So that's cool. Let's see. You're truly an artist, mate. One living in the sewers, but an artist still. Thank you. Thank you. So this one right here, we started Pigs Bronze to GMs a few days ago. It's not as fancy as your builds, but I'm not an artist like you. Well, I'll definitely be doing some Bronze to Masters with Zerg as well. I'm doing Protoss, Terran, and Zerg, so I'll try to share with you some of the sewer tactics that I started doing for you guys. You put those two together, and you'll be a well-balanced player. It's cheesy and what was it? Macro player. Macro mechanics. Yeah, stalkers have a really good range. You want to make sure that you take advantage of that, as well as the shield regen. You can see micro is really good. A lot of players will probably just go over there, attack, wait until it dies, doesn't move it, and then that's it. You gotta go back home. Learn how to micro. Learn how to utilize your units. In this case, I'm spotting, right? I'm seeing with the observer what's going on. Having a robo, 2-gate robo is a really good, solid opener regarding like what's going on, how can I defend something, or intel is very important. That observer, if you're a Protoss player. So I'm going into Prism and Disruptor play. Share some Zerg builds, yeah. Well, you'll definitely get some in the Florential files as well. I think I sent a few Zerg plays, but definitely sent a couple Protoss ones and a couple Terrans, so you'll see some very soon. But yeah, good luck on ladder. If you ever, I'm on Twitch, but I gotta see how else I can make it easier for you guys on YouTube. But if you guys want to share videos and stuff like replays, I could always look them over and give you guys some tips. Right now I'm playing your polar opposite. I don't even really look at the army. I just send it off and make the next one. That's important, because as you're learning all those things that you're doing right now, see, mine's as simple as mine is. It's really more advanced. It's advanced because as long as you know and learning what you're doing, which is don't look back, send the army, don't look, just keep building. Well, later on, when you're able to understand how to build and to do that at the same time, you're like, now what do I do? I have more time to do the building and the attack. Now I got to learn how to do the attack. But then when you're attacking, you know how to build, so you know how to go back and start building during your attacks. So that by learning what you're learning right now, the fundamentals, it'll help you to learn how I play, which is, focus on your army, but don't forget to build. Don't forget the next transition. Don't forget, you know what I mean? So as simple as these are, because they're single, they're very simplistic at times. They're actually advanced when you actually have the skill to make it advanced. But yeah, it's good that you're practicing that. You always have to have a good habit of building your buildings where you want it, how you want it, the timing that you need it, making sure you don't forget certain things. If you end up starting off too early sometimes when you're doing battle attacks and you're focused, micro-focused, you forget a lot of things. Your money starts going up. You start wasting, opportunity of making units faster. You forget your tech. There's so many things that you have to keep remembering. Don't forget this, that when you're attacking at this point. That comes in time. But it's always helpful if you have a good base. Learn your base. And then get a little bit more adaptive. I always call this training wheels. What you're doing right now is you're learning your training wheel, which you got the bike and you're bicycling with training wheels on, and you can't fall because the training wheels guide you. Eventually, when you're good and you're able to learn from the training wheels your balance, which is building your stuff, you can take those training wheels off, and you'll be able to actually start getting creative with what you already know, which is with your base, your balance. Now you can get creative and try to do both. You get me? So yeah, I always call it training wheels. Don't worry, you'll take them off sometime and get a little filthy. Thanks for everything, Flo. How's a lot mass going? I've been lagging it because of work, but it's right here still. It's right here still. But I do want to finish it soon. I just had some things that came up work-wise that kept me from doing too much. My sleep schedule's been graveyard shift. So, but yeah, this is something I want to finish. I'm going to get the materials. I'm going on vacay. So, I would say my vacation, I can spend a lot of time with it. Which is coming up next month. So I would say next month you'll see some progress. Maybe I'll be able to do the first part with the fiberglass already. But yeah, I just didn't want to put too much right now with that, with the other stuff, because graveyard shift's not for everybody. My sleep schedule trying to stream and graveyard shift is tough. And then you got Dexter over here who wakes me up before I could even go to sleep. So, but yeah, it's coming soon. I figure on my vacay we could do a lot. So that's coming up in a month. We're going to DreamHack, and then after that I have a week vacation to just relax. Yeah, totally. It's becoming a lot easier to macro already. Doesn't require much thought anymore, which really opens up time to do stuff. I just don't use that time wisely yet. Yeah, exactly. And so I'm gonna try to like provoke some of you guys' thoughts on things to do and not to do as time goes by, because there's a lot of things I do exactly as you say, is try to get good at something. Once you get good at that, move on and keep moving on and keep getting better at different areas of the skills of the game. And so I always feel like, yeah, get comfortable with that. I'm doing my mechanics right now, my hotkeys, and I have to get comfortable with each one. And there's so many of them that you go crazy if you try to like feel like you need to do everything all at once. It takes time. So, you know, I did a lot of strategies early on, but not mechanics. Now I'm learning mechanics and I'm getting those habits. But I'm thinking, when do I use it? Why do I use it? Where would I use it? And I'll try to share with what I come up with regarding those topics. I'm going to do a hotkey video so I can share with you guys my hotkeys and how you can set your hotkeys up in regards to what I do and why I do them. Maybe it'll, give you some ideas of, hey, this will work, this will add to my strength. It's something I haven't really worked on and I didn't think I needed to until now. So yeah. But yeah, cheers. A week full of filthy mermaid tactics. Indeed. Now this one was the was it Stalker? Like if you look at this right here, you see my keys right here. So I have a hotkey for my my 2 nexuses for mining, right, in this area. I have one hotkey for mining. That way I don't even have to look. I just click on the spacebar / F4 key. I just hit my spacebar is my F4, so my F4. My spacebar is 4, so if I hit 4, I'm actually hitting spacebar, and that means that I just make workers with spacebar and E real quick. But I also have a nexus over here, a nexus over here. That is so that I can go to certain specific nexuses if I need to, or if I need to recall specifically to a nexus, I could recall to which one I want. So in the beginning stage, I have, hotkeys that are not being used because I don't use them yet in the late game or mid game until the mid game or late game. So for the meantime, in the early game, it's good to have other hotkeys that can take over. Eventually, you want all these, if you could, being used as much as possible in the early game, in the start of the game, early game, mid game, late game, and they change. you know, and so that's, you know, things that I work on. But that's one thing. I have a hotkey so that I can go to my top left, top right, top left. I have another hotkey that is my proxy expand. So if I ever make a proxy expand, I have another hotkey for it, and that way I can always mine that separately while I'm attacking, while I'm building stuff. I don't have to look over there. I just click on the hotkey and make more workers. I'll be building stuff, attacking, make more workers. If I need a recall to my main base, I'll hotkey that. I'll get my hotkey for the main base, recall it real quick. Everything, if you can start chipping off a lot of time that's wasted, and, you know, finding methods that allow things to be shortcuts, and you're getting comfortable with those, you're going to be way faster in everything that you kind of want to do, because then that gives you more time for other things. And so a lot of things that I'm working on is learning how to use your hotkeys. Which ones would they be in the early stage? How do you, you know, just make everything what it needs to. Like the prism, I didn't hotkey that, which I should have. That would have been another hotkey. The 2 stalkers, if I'm going into battle, you know, things like that. If I have gateways at the main base and then proxy gateways at somewhere in the map, I have 2 separate hotkeys for those until I replace them with the priority hotkeys, which are, you know, the specific buildings. So yeah, those are things I'll try to share with you guys in my hotkeys down the road. But so just know that, you know, I try to always, you know, optimize as well. But yeah, you forget stuff. You know, I forgot the prism. And then you tell yourself, hey, you know what? I forgot my prism. Make sure you get in a habit of it. You know, when you're watching replays, this is one thing I like to look at. I like to look at this, crack out my red marker and go, hey, I didn't use this key. Is that usable? What key? I find that these keys are the ones I don't use in the early game. What can I use those for? What don't I have hotkeyed? And if I have everything hotkeyed, it is what it is, right? But if I don't have it, I'm like, what can I add in this style? I already got these solid. These are all, you know, engraved. Now what else can I add to optimize my keys? And then all of a sudden you start using all these way quicker, you know, more efficiently. You don't have to even look over there to build stuff. It's like right now I'm building my gateways, you know, with the hotkey, you know, hotkeying. So come over here. Oh, the tank. I was like, okay, you know what? The tank is following. Let me set my stalkers with the stalker damage and the disruptor. I should be able to kill it or kill it quick enough before the army comes in. So we're kind of timing it. Nice. Observers right here seeing everything, of course. So we see that the bridge is being applied. Oh, that's... Let me go up here. Now I could have made a prison. I could have got a sentry, and with the sentry I could have force fielded the ramp. You know, those are opportunities. I was thinking about it at the time, but then, you know, I didn't really feel endangered either. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll just do it out of practice, just because I should have done it in general. So because of that, I ended up getting a sentry. And the reason why I got the sentry is just to kind of let my brain remember, hey, next time get the sentry, and then, you know, pick them up and use them for the wall, because that is a tactic. You go up there, you blink up there, you force field, and he can't get up the ramp because he's force fielding. So I'm telling myself here, hey, I should have done that earlier. Instead of not doing it, still create that, you know, that muscle memory and do it anyways. Do it after the fact, even if, just still do it, because the important part is that you're creating the reflex. So right here I'm creating the reflex. You know, it's a little overkill, but it's important for you to, you know, practice stuff. So I like, a lot of people are like, oh, you know, why would you recall right now if you got this, you know, if you might have maybe beat him, you know, there's always the maybe. That's because you want to finish some of the other stuff, you know, what's the next transition, you know. That's some games. This game's, we're in silver, so this game was done. But in general, if I'm playing like a higher level player, I would not overstep my boundaries, make sure he's hurt, go back and go for the next part that you were supposed to, because maybe this round this person is letting you get to this far, but next one it's not going to be so easy, so you always want to have that habit of continuing. A lot of people don't have those long-term macro game habits. They go, oh, I gotta kill him now. It's 15 minutes already. 15 minutes is the time where the game ends usually, and so their timers are early, you know. But if you wind up your timers for late game, you can practice the late game more, get more habits. Make sure you don't make all the mistakes that you would make anyways by practicing late game. You get those done early, and instead people have timers. So sometimes I tend to win games because I end up knowing people have timers, and so then you play the holdout game. And then they go, oh, this is the time where either we win or lose, whatever, just let's go. And they go in and attack, and they lose their army, and they're like, shit, I'm dead. Let's see. What happened? Let's see, right now I'm playing. If the disruptor was really impressive, would have drove me crazy if I had to defend it. It is annoying, disruptor play, but no, you know, just always got to know the weaknesses. If they're doing disruptors, and you know he's going robo play, and you know what can counter robo plays, and maybe banshee play, you know, but then he might have an observer, so then that's the chess game. But yeah, disruptors are a pain in the butt. Make sure you stay on top of it. They could be annoying. Sacra Blue is like some kind of colloquial swell word as damn or shit, which shows some astonishment. Oh, okay. Like, damn it. I say whoopsie. Super Sewer Mermaid video shows creative and crazy strats to blow opponents' minds. That would be a very good clickbait. I mean, is it really clickbait when when it's my games? So UN Pig videos are the yin and yang of StarCraft. Thank you. I'm glad you guys like those. It's really cool. I didn't really know who Pig was until Rotterdam told me, because I knew who Rotterdam was, and I would always, chat with him here and there, because he's a Protoss brother like me, and we would always go Phoenixes, or he would go mass Phoenix, I would go mass in my games. So then Oracle kicks in, I switched over to Oracles. But he would, I would share to him some builds, and he would be like, oh, and then one day he's like, you should show this to Pig, and I was like, who's Pig? Then I had to find out. And we are going to be doing the Florencio Files, what do you call it? Reaction videos. So I'll be putting those out as time goes. And hope you guys like them. I don't know how to. But I'm going to go back to Flash from the past. We'll trickle those out. I figured next year that'll be something that we could do throughout the year. It's not clickbait. My mind is often blown when watching your games. That's always cool. Yeah, I always like to, not hype it up and then all of a sudden surprise you guys. I feel like sometimes that's more rewarding when you don't expect it. Like, what? I was expecting unless you hype it up too much and you're like already ready, it better be good. You know what I mean? I'd rather you guys not have the it better be good, and and have more of a natural feel to it, and then go what and get surprised. It adds. Gotta go steady strong. Alright, Bruce, I'll catch you up, okay? I'll be on tomorrow for you guys. A little bit later, but I'll be on tomorrow for you guys as well. A few hours. Gorilla Soup Probe Strat hiding in the middle line is true art. Oh, you like that one, huh? Yeah. That is dirty. Like the mind games. Like, who thinks of that, right? How do you think about something like that? One that is promoted to, was it gold? Oh. GG, we got to gold. Now we're on to the next journey, to platinum. Moving on up. GG. You're a huge fan of the Terran games in particular. They're so filthy, man. VC Ghost. A lot of Comac plays. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm still adding because Terran has a lot of mechanics that you really do need to kind of figure out so you could do it quicker. You know, do everything quicker. Like, you know, getting your ghost and this and that, and you got your tech labs and your tech spells abilities, and you got to upgrade them, and you got to do it fluidly and make sure your supply depots, and there's so much Terran has of moving parts that yeah, mechanically it's interesting for me to enjoy the mechanic part and the actual the builds, you know, the strategies. But yeah, I really do try to learn that mechanics. Sadly can't play Terran to save my life. It's too complicated, but love watching it. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It takes time to get Terran overall in a fun, enjoyable manner, because like there's a lot of moving parts, and until you get to that, then it's hard to kind of get through, you know, the chaos. But that's what I'm putting a lot of time and energy on, that macro. I know. Zerg is just playing the human metronome game, so much more chill. Yeah. Yeah, Zerg, you kind of more sit back, make sure you scout everything, you see everything, you have your triggers, let you know he's coming, and then you build the army that you want, you know. It's a little more, I'll wait for you to come over here for the meantime. I'm going to macro. Terran is just got a variety of everything. You know, they got like a lot of toys. They, you know, they work well together if you use them well mechanically. Ooh, got to go. But yeah, I'm glad you guys like the gorilla suits probe trick, you know. And we'll keep coming up with more. I have a new build tactic. I have a intro build tactic that I was working on. We'll try it out when I'm on Zerg. Now I'm trying to do a so versus Protoss. Here's one of my strategy thoughts. I have to see how it works, but versus Protoss, I send the drone right over, you know, to the gas, so I can start collecting gas. I send a two drone look. Versus PVZ, I'm Zerg. I do a gas geyser while it's being formed. Send 2 drones stacks to the gas. Send it over to my Protoss opponent. I got 2 drones going over to the other side. And I branch out by its natural or by the choke. One goes to make a hatchery while I already upgrade the burrow upgrade. So I upgrade the burrow and then make the hatchery. But before the hatchery, I'm stealing the gas, because the Protoss sometimes has only 1 gas at the time. So I go and steal the gas, and then I cancel it, and I make it again, right? And then I make the hatchery at the natural, and as it's making, while the upgrade on the burrow is making, and I'm still canceling and canceling and going into the gas geyser. When the burrow upgrade finishes, I'll cancel the gas geyser, burrow underneath the gas geyser, cancel the hatchery at the natural, burrow underneath the natural hatchery. And if he doesn't have detection, I'm playing versus a 1 gas Protoss player for a little bit. You get me? So if he can't get the gas geyser unless he kills a drone that's burrowed underneath the gas. So he's stuck on 1 gas. He can't get the nexus up because there's a drone underneath it. But then he can't get those 2 gases at the natural because obviously they can't build the nexus to offset that problem. So he's stuck on one gas for a little while, and if anything, has to play it out 1 base for a little bit. You know what I mean? But that's in theory. That's in my head. Those are things that are in my head that I have to practice and develop and see how that would work. And but it seems like it's something I could do. But yeah, just giving you guys some ideas. See, Sewer Mermaids always got ideas. Yeah. Well, don't worry, I got you guys. We'll always try to come up with stuff. Let's keep going. Yeah, if in theory, if you can get there earlier, you can block them, but you have to make sure the math works out. But definitely you could do that, and then have the third one that keeps, that blocks the natural for a little bit hidden. And you gotta make sure you get the gas early, get the 100 gas for the burrow upgrade. That's the most important part. Yeah, that, or you steal the gases, right? You steal the gases, and then eventually you send some lings over there really quick to go burrow underneath the gases before they actually, deny them. I have to explore it. There's definitely directions that you can go to and see which one works the best. That's if they're not, yeah, you gotta make sure they're not getting forge. If they're not going forge and they're going side, 2-gate side with the nexus or attempt to nexus, they won't be able to get the forge. They have to wait for a robo. But while they're going for a robo, which is gas expensive, they have to get the observer, which means that all that they're on 1 gas. It really hurts their overall spending all that just to get an observer. How you come up with it? Playing, being an artist, I love strategy games. I think strategically all the time. I'm an artist. I'm always open-minded to try new things and explore, so my brain's always coming up with different things to try. And I'm not stuck on one build, right? If you're stuck mentally in a box, you're gonna stay, you're gonna think inside the box. But if you keep your mind outside the box, you can find all kinds of stuff. So I practice and play with an open box mentality. I don't say this doesn't work, that's not the meta, this shouldn't work in the higher levels, and because then you're telling your brain not to think of ideas, right? You don't want to think negative because you're telling your brain don't don't think anymore. You know, just let somebody else think. I'll get the information and we'll win. You know. Oh shit. Hey, no problem, the real. My mind is not like a box, it's more like those Russian dolls, right? Where they're a doll inside a doll inside a doll. And yeah, exactly. Onions, like an onion, many layers. You know, you don't think one-dimensional, you think multi-dimensional. Yeah, I don't think of one build order, I think of layers of build orders, you know, but in thin slices. Yeah, exactly. Tips and tricks. That's what I'm trying to share with you guys whenever I can. That's what this series is supposed to do. It's to give you guys a lot of things that I do that you could do, maybe you might not have thought about. So this is the basic cannon rush location. So I'm gonna put a pylon in a forge. Send 2 probes out. And then right here, put a pylon. I don't know if I think it's a random. I think it was random. I didn't know what race it was. But I kind of assumed Terran or Protoss. When I saw probe, I'm like, oh shit, he saw me. So he saw me, right? There's a chance that the probe is gonna run over here and try to, you know, deny this area. So I put a pylon here, and that's a distraction because he can't get out. He can't go here. So, but then whenever I see this, look, so when you look at this for the first time, or if you don't even pay attention to this area in general as opportunity, then you won't see the patterns that I see, you know, because I see patterns that I've explored and thought about and, you know, did the numbers and did the graphs. So when I see this right here, I look at which ones has the most energy, which is going to be this one. This one has the most energy. This is not the place that you want to put it in. If you go with the gateway, you want to put the gateway, the first one right here, and then the second one right here. And the reason for that is the moment I see this and I'm cannon rushing, that I look at a line right here. I see a line right here. I see a nice good little pocket. So instead of this right here going into the cannon here and going up, I decided to change it. So I cancel this one and then make the cannon here in this area. So I have a cannon right here. I figured this one's gonna get denied because the Zealot, there's this little pocket that I can't deny. I can't make, if I had 2 probes, I can close this pocket off, and then I could have something here, and then he'll pop out somewhere else. But because of the way the spacing is, he's gonna pop out regardless. I would have to make a pylon right here, and then a cannon right here. But I don't, I don't know if I had the space. I don't think I had the space to make that, or else that would that would block the Zealot here, and then I could put a probe here. But the objective, is to keep the Zealot inside the pocket. So when I was gonna make a cannon here, I was like, oh no, I gotta block this out because I don't want the Zealot coming out. So I'm blocking this area out. So now that this is blocked, the Zealot pops out of here. He's stuck in this area, and I created this as the new cannon spot. So there goes another probe right here. So blocking the Zealot, knowing where the Zealot would come out of, is really important in some of these, because if you don't have a Zealot denying your cannons and stuff, it's gonna make things a lot easier for you. So and then he got supply blocked for getting, making pylons because of the chaos. That now we're supply blocked and we can't make more Zealots even though we have gateways. So the chaos really, messes with people's, follow-ups. And then sometimes, if you wanted to, it takes 3 shots to kill a probe, right? So like, say you're in this situation, the probes are attacking. It takes 3 shots to kill a probe, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, that's an SCV, huh? If you're dealing with this, it takes 2 shots to kill a probe. It takes 3 shots to kill an SCV. So if these were SCVs with the probe, you could nibble on one, nibble on the other, nibble on the other one, and that'll just cause it to make 2 shots instead of 3 shots because of that extra 5 HP. So you always nibble 5 HP off of everybody. It turns the SCVs into a 2-shotter instead of a 3-shotter. So, little side note. How should he have defended this, in my opinion? Well, we could look at his view, right? Let's look at the Protoss perspective. Okay, right here. Snoogums? Call me Snoogums. Right here. This is the first one. So what you should do is you should put your gateway right here. The first gateway. First gateway is right here. Not your second. You're not here. You're creating a wall here. Now it's okay if you have another one here. If this one's first, this one's second, that means this one's the one that's important, right? And it's earlier. So if a probe comes in, right here, and does this wall, guess what? Because yours is first here, this one can be canceled. It's not that important. It's not as important as you breaking the cannon rush, and you can make another gateway afterwards. But the first one is going to be standard. You can get a cybernetics core at the standard time, and nothing changes outside the fact that you lost one of your gateways, but you denied the cannon rush. Everything else is fine though, so that means that your gas is good. You're in the right path. You didn't get slowed down too much. But the Protoss gets slowed down because that's no gas that we're not mining. We're not, and as long as you denied the follow-up of the cannon rush, if there's more cannon rush to it, then, you're good. But what he could have done was right here is make this gateway first and this one second. Even this is like a baiting option, right? A baiting cannon rush. You could put this just to bait the cannon rusher, and then cause a cancel. Now the cannon rusher could be smart like me and knows that, and then waits for the gateway to get canceled, and then puts a pylon of his own or puts a gateway of his own. Sometimes that's what I do. If the pylons are already up and he cancels it, I just make a gateway. I was like, okay, your gateway, I'm replacing it with my gateway. So the moment you even dare cancel it, quick, and it's poof, done. You know what I mean? You counter it, checkmate. But there's a possibility if you're there quick enough with your probes and you cancel it at the right time, you can weasel in there without them to try to block it. So there's a back and forth on but you could have done this, but then I also could have done that. So it's not over. But then if you did really, if you were really good and you sent all your workers there and canceled at the same time, then I wouldn't have that. But then, what else? What's the next follow-up that I'm going to do? Who knows? I could quickly mineral walk the moment you cancel because I know you're coming through. And then pylon block you when you're inside, and now your probes are stuck inside and they can't get inside because they're in here, and there's a pylon blocking. Now you got a cannon over here and a pylon, So, the creativity, the faster your mind can come up with a game plan faster than your opponent, the better you are in winning that game. You always want to try to have a one step up on your opponent, or maybe 2 steps if you could, but that takes time and experience. So, but that's what you want. You want to have your mind constantly think about things, try them out, let your brain get rewarded in regards to thinking about it. You put the action. That means your brain's going to think about other stuff, and you put the action, more stuff is your brain's going to come out. If your brain says, hey, I think about this, maybe this, and you say no, your brain's going to be like, well, why do I need to think about anything if you always deny it? What's the point? But if you feed it, it feeds you with a lot of information, insight, a lot of vision, a lot of thought. What about this? Because it's not just me thinking about what about this, what about that. It's my brain coming up with it from all the experience I've built and gave it, from the games that I've given it. And it says, what about this? This might be a good one. And I go, okay, let's try it, because I'm rewarding you for thinking about it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I'm giving you the respect and trying it, because that gives you more encouragement to keep thinking about other crazy stuff, right? If you keep saying, oh, that's crazy, that won't work, then, what's the point? I'm not going to think of anything crazy, and you told me it doesn't work, so why come up with anything else? And I feel like a lot of people block themselves out that way, and they don't tell their brain and feed their brain things that will help them. They push them down and say, no, I'll let somebody else think for me, and I'll let them do it because they know, and you just follow and memorize. So I try to give you guys some think outside the box. But yeah, that's where he died, right there. Because then he thought he can get a zealot in here, and then he got trapped in here, and then I made the cannons, and the pros were by themselves. Then he got supply blocked. GG. Most people never even had to think about what to do. You create those weird scenarios people have no answer for, and as he does not give a lot of time to think mid-match. Exactly. And there's so many layers to the game that we don't experience on a daily, and so then it's your first time. You might know the first step, but what about the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh? The more layers I know, the more steps I know than you, the better off I am than you. And so that's why once you learn your foundation, once you learn what Pig teaches you on the Bronze to Masters, then try to learn the tactics that I show you to apply that with what you learned there, and then you'll have 2 good sides. You'll have a crafty side and you'll have a structured side, Yeah, keep feeding your brain, or keep rewarding your brain to come up with stuff by doing what it says. Hey, what about this? Whether it works or not. Because I've learned some of my builds came from my brain saying, hey, what about this, right? I go, okay, let's try it. And so I try it, and I try it, and I try it, and all of a sudden I'm in this environment of trying this specific thing, and I'm like, you know what, this is happening all the time. But when I do it, I do have this happen all the time. So what if we do this, but then we change it, because this is always what we're running into, and that'll throw them off. And then we could, you know, and then all of a sudden it becomes a whole different build. But it all started because you went in there trying this build and you kept running into certain walls, and eventually your brain came up with another solution outside of that just wouldn't have came up if you didn't try it, because of the things that you're learning from it, you know, the experience that you're playing, your opponents are doing. Oh, okay, they're all doing this, or majority are doing this. I didn't expect that, but because they're all doing this, I could do this, and I know they're all doing this over here, so when I do this, it's gonna catch them off guard, you know. So your brain rewards you with ideas. You feed it that experience, whether it be good or bad, and your brain will be encouraged to do more. It's a simple way I follow it. I look at my brain as its own entity in a way, and I live with it. You know, I live with it, and we both benefit each other to help each other. And you know, it listens to me, and I listen to it, and we become a good team. That's how I see my brain when it comes to like that. Man, if you get your macro tipsy, it'd be a nightmare to play. That's what I'm working on right now. My macro. You know, trust me, I'm working on that. Let's see. I got you know, we got I got PowerPoints on mechanics, you know. So believe me, we're getting there. We're getting there. Just I'm cracking the numbers. Man, your brain is a bunch of crazy cats fighting. That's a compliment. Yeah, it is. It's always fighting. They're always getting tough. So when you're saying you're working on your macro, does that mean you'll get attack armor upgrade in your future? Yeah, well, I'll get that stuff. That's upgrades. When I say macro, I mean macro, like building at the same time as you're attacking, finding shortcuts to do things without having to look. Have army hotkeys. Work on your army hotkeys, your building hotkeys. When do you build them? When do you replace those hotkeys to an army hotkey? All the things that really matter, like upgrades, is that's more of the strength side of things. But I feel like when I talk about it, I'm talking about the more important stuff. Like upgrades, I just look at it as just one hotkey that I just have to push a button. It's a button away, right? Which is, it's great, and it's, you know, but I want to establish the hotkey of, you know, the building, like the forge or the engineering bay, and have that as a habit, so that I can always click that and then the upgrade. So, but the upgrade is not something I'm really like worried about. I'm more worried about that I actually have it ready, you know, that I actually have it ready to go if I wanted it. Kind of same thing with, like, for an example, my barracks. I have a barracks, I have a factory, and a starport. Each one has a tech lab. Each tech lab has different things to upgrade, right? So what I do is I hotkey the tech lab with the barracks together on a hotkey, and then I just change subgroups whenever I click that hotkey. If I want to do hotkey upgrades, right? If I want to do upgrades on the tech lab, I just click the hotkey for the barracks tech lab, click right for me, and it changes to the tech lab section. And it's same thing with the factory. Have a hotkey with the factory and the tech lab, so that I can upgrade when I want to upgrade. So that is the thing that I'm trying to establish more, because once I get there, then it's just a button away, you know. Forge, just hit the button. So yes, it's a part of it, but it's the simplest part. Right now I'm working on the habits of having everything hotkeyed, making sure the forge is hotkeyed, the cybernetics core is hotkeyed, the fleet beacon's hotkeyed. Make sure so that when you do want to upgrade, when it's time, it's literally a button away at that point. But for me right now, I look at it as it's just something that strengthens your army, that, you know, makes it stronger. I don't know. I only do that when I really want to win. When I'm like really trying to win, then you'll see me do upgrades. But right now, I'd rather use it as a gym weight, you know, make it as a weight for me to like work harder by not upgrading. If I don't upgrade, my army's squishier, which means I have to be a little more creative tactically. How do I think tactically when I win games because I'm strong? If I'm weak, then I have to work on other things that I need to work on anyways, that my strength would just blind me from what I really need to work on, because this is so good. This is so good that I'm winning just with this, but then there's so much I'm neglecting, but this is so good that I see the victories, so that's a good thing. But then time is going and you're not working on the other stuff, so technically, is it really? It's more like a crutch, because it's keeping you from getting better, because it's so good that you don't have to be better to use this anymore, you know, you know what I mean? So I look at upgrades like that, so I kind of go, let's only use upgrades when we really have to. But I am working on the mechanics. I do have upgrade mechanics. I have a hotkey for my upgrades and all that stuff, which is really good. So when I want to, it'll be there. Trust. What about the scout? The scout rack? What do you mean? Right now, I learn how to play Bioterran. Yeah, and that's what you do. You work on Bioterran, and after that, you're like, you add a unit. Like, now that I got this comfortable, what unit can I add now that I have more habits that are good for this comp? If it's a Banshee play, okay, let me add a Banshee with this play, and then learn how to use the Banshee. You know, from there, let me try a different unit, you know, to add to it. So you just kind of slowly add. One unit at a time till you get comfortable, and then eventually you start adding the 2 units at a time, and then it just takes time. But it's good to kind of just keep making sure you work on things that you need to work on. If there's a unit that you don't use often, hey man, just try to find a couple builds to use it, even if it's not really a good build, because the most important part is to use the unit so you can get comfortable with it, so your brain says, oh, okay, I could use it for this. Now that I got better at it, I could use it more. The disruptor is one of the things that a lot of people don't use. They have those flashbacks where the disruptor comes and kills their own army, and they're like, oh, those bastards, it's a curse. And so once you learn how to use it, then you start using it more because it's more comfortable to you. You can control it now. But in the beginning, it's like, I don't want to use it. No, it's dangerous. It's too dangerous, so you never get good at it. You know, give yourself you block your attempt to even use it. No. We're gonna skip the Colossus. We're going for Colossus every time. So don't worry about losing a couple times. Go on unranked and try out them disruptors. Get comfortable with them. Make those mistakes. Yeah, let's keep going. Yeah, gotta use them. Gotta learn. When you're a Zerg player and you learn Infestors and Vipers, the game starts making sense to you. you start getting easily. You get things. You understand things. Oh, I can get the Colossus out. I can pick them off. And so yeah, these spellcasters, when you learn how to use them really well, they can really help your game. So we're playing versus a Terran player. We're gonna hide our stuff. Right here. Just keep pumping out the probes. You'll win in numbers. See how they just keep popping out. Should have enough. Sent them all. No reinforcements either. Yeah, so don't panic. If an SCV run, this is the reason why I clump them all together. Because when you see this big SCV conga line, I mean it screams I'm cheating you. It screams warnings, you know? And so yeah, that's why you always want to look like one. Even if it's a little noticeable, it's not like this noticeable. You know, this is the old style SCV rush. Oh, one got stuck. Use the pocket right here. Held position on this one after a little bit. Well, look, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 SCVs here, right? I'm attacking right here, and then I hold position. When I hold position, they stop attacking me. But then that's 4 SCVs. That's 2 more SCVs outside this fight opportunity, you know. And then you don't lose these pros because you're on hold position, and these guys are on attack position. And so look, then you attack them. The other one was hold position too after a little bit. Right here. So after these are hold position and these guys move out finally, this guy and this guy I think, or this one and this one I think are on hold position. Yeah, these two. You'll see that eventually they won't get attacked. Oh, not that one. Which one? Which one did I hold? This one's on hold position. And this one's on hold position. Oh, okay. I did it now. So these create a wall because they're on hold position. And they don't get attacked. Yeah, it's because he sent them all right away. The moment that he came, he didn't even want to wait for SCVs. You see that? He didn't even want to wait. He said, let's go all in, all or nothing. See, he didn't, what SCV? It'd take too long. Yeah, you hold position to drop aggro. So by you can create walls by holding position. You can create walls. if he has like 7 over here on attack aggressive, you have 3 right here you put on hold position, but then some of his army is right here battling with mine. Then I beat them in numbers. These guys are not going to be able to do anything unless they mineral walk right through the other ones. But then after that, you can always continue that aggro hold position micro. But yeah, so these, yeah, like I said, like these two, they're on attack, but they're on attack on a ground attack. So because of that, these pros, the moment I put hold position, like right now, they no longer are attacking. Boom, these SCVs have to move on. Now this SCV specifically attacked this one. He was confused, so he's like, I'm gonna attack this one. So he physically attacked this one. That's why this one's getting attacked right now and from this one. But most of the time, you see these red blocks, these attacks. Usually they're not on one probe. They're on the ground, and because they're on the ground, you can hold position and throw them off. Because unless they're physically attacking one specific one, each one, your hold position will create a wall. It's a good tactic. Like right here, if there was like 5 of them waiting into this little pocket, I'll just grab this one and hold position, and then I'll just fight with this army, and the other ones are gonna get stuck right here, not being able to do anything, because they won't be able to kill this because it's on hold position, unless they physically attacked it, you know. And most of the time in this crazy SCV rush, worker rush, most people don't have focus fire attack habits, you know. They don't have, oh, I got focus fire on this one because he might hold position. You know, unless you think like me, and then I'm always like on it, but then that's practice, right? Use that income to keep a few SCVs. Yeah, well, that's what I do. That's what I do. But that, you know, I just did a worker rush in the beginning of this stream, and yeah, I explained that. Probably you'll have to watch the beginning of it, but I always make a pylon before I take off. Before I take off, I always have a pylon, but then I usually leave one probe behind, and you know, that's the whole reason. That's actually the whole reason why I have this probe right here. So you see this probe right here? This probe is the 50 mineral probe. It's the probe that stays, you know, and mines for the next generation if you're going really early. It's also the Nexus Rush probe. You always leave one probe behind. But as time goes, I got in a habit of getting 2 probes behind, and then the third one pop out. So, but this is the the 50 probe. Well, with the SCVs, you can auto repair a couple. Like if you send SCV rush and you have a couple as auto repair, they'll help auto repair some of them that would probably be dead. Then they'd survive to fight more. So you could definitely do that. I feel like, so if I was blue, what you could do is you can grab it, right? So I'm gonna, and then if you do it at the right angles, you can clump them. You see that by mineral walking. See how I'm mineral walking?
시키면 해야죠. 뭔 일 있어요? 아이씨고. 예, 대장님. 안 좋은 일인가요?
See that? Get in there
깜짝이야. 안 좋은 일인가요?
and surprise them with one SCV. So you can go in there without even just go straight over, but you could use the minerals to migrate your workers together. By the time you get there, you can sneak up on people. Imagine 200 Pro hat. It'd just be like all the springs everywhere. Can you play with your food a little longer? Let them think you're on 2 bases, then attack them with 2 worth of forces, but you really have 8 bases? Oh, well, you want me to have more bases and then just fake them with 2 bases? I don't know. Now that, to me, I'm too good in this level to do that, where I don't know, I kind of feel wrong. That wouldn't really be. It's got to be a strategy. You want to do like a fake 2 base, but have the whole map. I don't know. Maybe in Diamond. Maybe in Diamond we could do something like that. I feel like in Gold, I don't know. Feel bad for Goldies. I just realized another arts. You play while eating macaroni? Sacratech? Sacratech? Probes that can result in some fun comments of the type, what the fuck, I only saw one. Yeah, I know. It's dirty. It's fun. It throws your opponent off. It makes them giggle, or it pisses them off. Definitely has a reaction to it. Fun is a strategy, yes it is. Before games start, these worker positions are just like point, click, mouse, or something. They're just, yeah, what you mean to move around? Just, hold on. Grab, point, click. Hey, 33 watching my replays. It must feel like that to my opponents sometimes. They never scout base 3, 4, 5, etc. on silver, gold. You kind of always do that because people do not scout. Yeah, it's true. The real, it is true, because a lot of at the lower levels, people don't. Even at the higher levels, they don't scout as long. See, for a player to not scout the outside bases, you got to do a couple things. You got to keep them busy, and you have to make it look like it makes sense. If you're not expanding, why aren't you expanding? You have to make sense. You either have to be aggressive so that they realize, okay, you know, he didn't get an expo because he was such an aggressive player in the beginning because he did this or that. That's why he doesn't have another base, you know. Because if you get a decent player, they're like, well, you know, he should have a base. This don't make no sense. Let me go scout and see. You know, you're giving them time to think. You never want to give your opponent time to think. You want them to be on fight or flight so that they don't have the, oh, let me check the outside. Maybe he has the corner maps. Maybe, you know, he's not doing that thing. He's just sitting around in his base. You know, obviously it's something, he's doing something. Let me check. You know what I mean? You want to keep that thought from a player. How do you do that? With aggression. You can do aggression and a hidden base. That makes sense. But the aggression has to result in confusion to your opponent. You know, why don't you have a base still? Or you have to take a third base as your natural to fake the, you know, to fake it that you're taking a second base, but you really are taking 3 bases. You know, but then you have to do it at a reasonable time with the attack that says, okay, yeah, he's finally taking an expo. There's element to it. What do you think Terran do to tank drops with some bio? I think Terran drops are really good. It's situational where you put them, but like sometimes at the bottom of the ledge, and then the Marines in the top, baiting the army with two medevacs is definitely annoying and painful for the Protoss sometimes. But then you have to make sure he doesn't have an observer scouting that you're leaving, and then all that good stuff. Because if he sees it, then he's gonna be ready for his stalkers. So you gotta be careful. But I like the 2 medevac harass versus Protoss. You want to have them fight or flight? Good one. Yeah. They gotta have that fight or flight response, because you don't want them thinking, hey, I'm comfortable because he's not attacking, but he's not taking a second base, so let me see what else I could do. But if he's at home worried that you're gonna attack him because you're aggressive, then he's gonna probably one base it for a little while and not worry about outside bases, expos. He's going to just worry about defending, and then he's going to realize, hey, let me go punish him and let me go attack him eventually. But then by then you have other bases. So that's what I mean. You got to give him some type of fight or flight response. I did that on accident on one of the maps in the pool. I kept taking the third base second by accident. Then the opponent gets really confused and started building lots of defense when I watch replay. Yeah, you want them to be thrown off. You want them to feel. See, you made them feel comfortable to take base, to get to macro. Sometimes I take a third as a hidden base. I mean, my natural is a hidden base, and my third is my natural, so they can break and kill the natural. Sometimes I want them to come in and say, "Oh, I'm gonna take out your natural. I'm gonna keep you from taking that base," because they think that they're denying you, when in reality you're just using it as a gimmick, as a distraction. It's like, okay, he thinks he's taking the base out. In reality, he's not. But you wanna like encourage his ego to be bigger. Oh, you're doing really good. Oh, yeah, you're so strong. Oh, you got me on one base. Yeah, I did that to a Velo. You saw what happened to a Velo. I've got encouraged his little big ego to grow, and he got his ass whooped. Oh, what? No, I don't believe it. I don't believe this is a real bronze. I'm far away from it. So we're gonna pretend that it's a platinum or diamond. Until we realize. So we're gonna send a probe over here. We're at a gateway. Did you guys know you guys can chrono boost from the minimap? Or just chrono boost it right now?
탐사는 공격받고 있습니다.
Yeah, he's gonna have okay, I stole his gas, so he's gonna have to take his natural gas, which is gonna be a little late for him.
기지가 공격받고 있습니다.
I'm gonna get a gas upgrade. So he's on no gas, which means no roaches early on, right? No roaches means he has to deal with me, spine crawlers, or queens or lings. He doesn't know. I don't think he knows what the chrono is gonna be for.
수정탑이 공격받고 있습니다.
Okay, we're gonna send it out right now. Plus one upgraded zealots. Let's go.
업그레이드 완료. 나아당 명령을 달라. 울라사다 저기는 신들이 우리는 하나다. 우리는 나의 오랜 시살.
Oh, that's not gonna be good. They're destroying these guys. These are plus one upgraded zealots. We're gonna go Phoenixes right now.
순간이동 성공.
We're gonna go 3 queens, because 3 will take out a hatchery. You're gonna have to make spores now.
순간이동 성공.
And then I'm going Phoenixes.
상공이나 탐사정이 공격받고 있습니다. 알았어. 지라베 가요. 명령을 따르겠다. 적은 어느 순간 저건 반환 불가. 순간이동 성공. 고갈되었습니다. 싸울 시간. 광맥이 고갈되었습니다. 승리를. 출격은 아직인가? 상공은 나를 부른다. 순간 이동 성공. 적은 어디에 숨었는가? 차원장 가동 중. 아난 푸르카. 명령을. 출격은 아직인가? 지라메 가요. 아난 지라메 가요. 아이오의 빛을 내. 싸울 출격은 아직인가? 나 버라시. 상공이 나를 부른다. 나는 우주를 누비. 싸울 시간이다. 자주. 여기를 위한 정의의 빛. 광맥이 고갈되었습니다. 반드시 복수하리. 아이오의 빛을 내뿜어라. 현재 최대 출력 1구더. 이루어지리라. 위성. 에너지 매트릭스 가동. 짝이나 반드시 짝이. 아이오의 빛을 내 분노를. 광맥이 고갈되었습니다. 위성 아이오의 빛을 현재 최아이오의 빛을 짝이 반드시. 짝이나 그 바다 반드시 복수하리라. 내 분노를 이끌어다오. 소리 완료. 현재 최대 출력. 적과 마주쳤다. 위성. 아이오의 빛을 내뿜어라. 현재 최대 출력. 이루어지리라.
Oh shit.
아이오의 빛을 내뿜어라. 공허 렌즈 소중. 짝이다.
I'm trying to take more bases, but I think he got me.
영광스러운 전투에서 적을 만났다. 짝이나 그 바다.
These hydras are fast. Hey, wrong pick. GG. Alright, we shouldn't have toyed with them too much. But yeah, those hydras are fast. Those tempests, even with their speed, you can't get into the map. You have to go around. Alright. We shouldn't play around with them next time. What was this? Yeah, we did good. We just underestimated. We should have just played it safe. I was having fun with some Tempest. Let's see. Alright. We're gonna get a little crazy on this one.
공격받고 있습니다.
The pool's right here.
임무를 마치러 돌아왔다. 기지가 공격받고 있습니다.
적에게 우리 분노를 보여주자.
탐사정이 공격받고 있습니다. 임무를 마치러 돌아왔다. 영원한 영광을 위해 적이다. 수정탑이 공격받고 있습니다.
분노를 보여주자. 심판의 시간이다.
기지가 공격받고 있습니다. 기지가 공격받고 있습니다.
적에게 우리 분노를 보여주자. 나 여기 어둠 속에 있다.
승리를 향해
적에게 우리 분노를 보여주자. 우리는 나는 어둠의 심장이다.
Oh no, spawning pool.
임무를 마치러 돌아왔다.
GG. Lock the gas and then go into attack. Let's see. How's it going, Leonardo? Yeah, we did a little dirty. Forgot to macro behind it though. Took us a little hit. We took a third at the wrong place. He expanded his main. I mean, definitely a good option, you know. That's my base now. Yeah. What was it? Let me see. I think when you probe stack, so I'll fast forward it real quick. I'll explain it. So I probe stack over to his base. Overlords can spot you, so you always have to, you know, it's good to probe stack because of this. Look, if they see one probe, they're gonna assume only one probe. But then there's this like little pocket that you can't see, this little spot, which will blind you from assuming this is everything's good. He goes and goes after that probe. Now he feels comfortable. And I notice he's getting this base. And so I put a pylon here, 2 cannon right here. That'll deal with this hatchery. 1 cannon took care of this hatchery, just putting this pylon right here. And then I wait for 7 squares or less to make my cannon. So I'm waiting. Now that I have it right there, make the cannon here so you won't see it. See that? And by the time it goes up, it's too late. So now he's down the hatchery.
여기 어둠 속에 있다.
How the battery taking care of this? I saw the roaches coming. So I knew he was gonna try to surround. I didn't want to lose my units just yet. We dealt with that. By the time we're gonna be over there, we're healed up. The thing is that only... Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, he's dead. Oh. GG. Alright, we're gonna take a little break. Been streaming since what? Was it 2 in the morning? 2:30? I'll take a break. We'll be on tomorrow, same time. We'll see if we can get out of gold. Or at least get to gold 1. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be on Twitch in about an hour. Probably just gonna eat something. But I do have Twitch. What is it? Twitch.tv/FlorenCOSC. So that's my Twitch right here. I'll be there most of today. We're gonna be playing Talos Principle, some StarCraft, little mix. But if not, I'll be on tomorrow. And we'll do some more. Hey, no problem. The real. Hopefully, I'll pronounce your name right eventually. The real. I won't change unless it's for the good. All right, guys. Snooby Doo. I'll catch you up to Snooby Doo. We got immersive in history. Leonardo, Shadow in the house. 8033. Seller Tech. Science and math. Alright guys. See you guys soon.